Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and today I'm going to talk about my friend Alan. Now, aside from Alan, I'm actually going to change other names, so none of the names I'm going to use are actually going to represent real individuals aside from Alan. And I mean, obviously, I'm a real individual as well. I would like to say that everybody has an Alan in their group or knows an Alan. But I'm pretty sure if I said that, I would be lying, because I don't believe the world could handle more than one Alan. I'll explain. If you look at Alan, he looks like a normal dude. Not too tall, not too short, looks rather thin, has glasses, Spanish, nothing that you would look at and say that looks out of the ordinary. But let me tell you a couple stories just to explain who Alan is. So we were in chemistry class, junior year of high school. We're doing a lab. There's 4 of us. Let's just call it me, Alan, Kirk, and Katie. And Kirk's the type of individual that likes to joke around. He's a frailer, thinner guy. He's a funny kind of dude. So he likes to mess with Alan. And like I said, Alan's Spanish. So he looks at Alan and Alan asks him for something. And Kirk responds, "Hi, Poppy." And Alan says, "Dude, if you say it again, I'm gonna have to go wild," or something along those lines. Now, you wouldn't think much of it. It's just Alan. So Kirk looks at him and goes, "Hi, Poppy." So Alan turns to this man, puts him in a headlock, and Kirk's face starts to go red. He can't breathe. He can't even talk. Now, I know I said Alan looks like a thinner dude, but he's actually low-key ripped. So he's choking this kid out. We all have to tackle him to get him off of this kid. Everybody's staring. The professor doesn't even seem to care. Absolutely wild. When we get him off of Kirk, Kirk falls to the ground, pretty much purple at this point. And Alan's response is, "What? We were just playing." Let me tell you like 2 more stories. Still in chemistry class, Kirk asks Alan for a book because the books are in the cabinet. Alan says, "Sure." Grabs this textbook, like we're talking high school textbooks, these thick books, and chucks it full force straight at the ground. Entire class goes silent. Professor looks at him. Professor goes, "Alan, what was that?" Alan's response is, "Oh, it slipped." The professor then accepts that as an answer, says okay, and then continues on with the lesson as if nothing happened, and this man just took a book and threw it full force at the ground. Somehow got away with that. But now I'm going to tell you guys the last story for today before this video gets too long. So, class is delayed. So we all went out to eat, probably 6 or 7 of us. We're all at the diner, we're all ordering, lady comes over, orders our food. We get to Alan, and she goes, "Oh, what would you like, honey?" Alan goes, "Hotcakes." She says, "Alright, how many hotcakes?" He looks at her and says, "Hotcakes." She says, "How many hotcakes?" And he goes, "Hotcakes." So she looks at him, incredibly confused, and says, "How many?" Immediately he looks at her with this look of just confusion and goes, "Hotcakes." So she's taken aback because he's starting to get loud. And every time she asks, he just gets louder to the point that he's screaming, "Hotcakes!" at this lady in the middle of a diner. So we all stop him, and we go, "Alan, how many hotcakes?" He goes, "Oh, 4. Doesn't apologize, doesn't hesitate, just accepts that he screamed at this lady and just moves on. Let me tell you, he got some hotcakes though. Thank you for listening to my stories. I hope that you either want an Alan or are afraid to one day have an Alan.